I will be voting once I figure out who to vote for because I don't want certain parties in the office. So, what I can do to prevent them from getting in there, I will do.
I actually already have voted. I utilize the advanced voting services that we have on campus here.
I voted because I think it's important to vote because not enough kids, like especially in my generation, they don't vote. And as my parents always said, if you don't vote, you can't complain about it later.
I would be voting in the upcoming election. It's important to me, specifically this election, just because I don't want the current government to continue personally.
And I think a lot of young people aren't voting, and I think that's a bit of a problem because we're leaving it all up to the generations above us, and we have no say, but it does affect us a lot.
I actually saw an article that millennials are more like influencing the votes, so I feel like every vote counts. So I'm definitely gonna vote this year.
Yes, I definitely plan on it because I think everybody should voice their vote. Like, we all have the choice and option to be able to do that and to change the way the election goes.
I absolutely will, and because it's a right that we were given by people who sacrificed their lives for us, and we should all vote.
I will be. I believe it's our rights as citizens to vote. There's a lot of countries that don't have the ability to vote, and it's really a privilege for Canadians to be able to vote and express our opinions. So, yes.
The most important issue for me currently is both climate change and funding as a student.
I would say the most important issue is definitely climate change, looking towards a leader that definitely sees that as an important issue for future generations. And even though I'm still researching and kind of learning about it more myself, still ensuring that we have a leader in charge that looks at that as an important issue.
I'd say that I'm really concerned about the price of housing, especially around the GTA. I think it's becoming ridiculously unaffordable, and I think something needs to be done to help lower income families be able to afford to just survive.
I think it would have to be affordable housing because I am in my last year of college right now, and I will be venturing out afterwards after I find my job looking for housing. And right now, like the market is like really crazy, so I think that's like the biggest concern for me.
I just want to make sure that the people coming in, who are coming in, are going to be contributing, whether they be refugees or regular immigrants. I want to be making sure that the people coming in are not coming in and not, I don't want to say assimilating, but not respecting Canadian values.
There's quite a few issues for me specifically. The one nearest and dearest to me is Aboriginal rights and treatment. I personally am part Wendat and Haudenosaunee, and the Conservative government has shown complete disdain for my people and other Indigenous people all across Canada. So that's a huge one. Trudeau has done a lot of good things for the Indigenous people. He has increased funding on a federal level for Métis Nation of Ontario and other organizations like it across the country. However, in light of what he's recently done, it's very chancy electing him again. Scheer has shown no interest in supporting Aboriginal people whatsoever. He also wants to raise taxes in a way that I don't agree with.
The whole thing of Justin Trudeau dressing in like brown face and blackface multiple times kind of doesn't sit well with me. So I've actually started looking further into other candidates and what they represent and what he represent, and it kind of made like my decision of who to vote for.
I have already voted from the federal election, but I think the most important thing for me was just the candidates and whether or not they seem competent in what they can do for the country.